Hello and welcome to the family holiday here on the BJ Show special edition. Let's get on with the show. My honest review of the Princess Cruise to Tasmania and Port Arthur. Well, a swimming fog view from what looked like a mountain top. A performer in a spectacular costume during the final of rock opera. A quick shaky shot of a train station sign that said Woodville. A beautiful pinch dish of duck with a rich sauce. Oh, yum. And a wide shot of the sort headway of the sandstone buildings of Port Arthur. So welcome all to a very special family edition here, holiday here on the BJ Show. I'm going to be showing a little bit of a storyline here on the BJ Show, and hopefully you will enjoy much I do as well. So let's get on with the show and welcome aboard. So welcome all to the BJ Show holiday edition here on the podcast. And I'm going to be sharing you about the journey from Blair Line on Eden Hills train station, the local train station from home, and to how we got on to absolutely the journey started on the cruise ship. So join in as I'll be showing each day I'll be doing on the cruise and my thoughts if you would like to go on a cruise, and as well to port of Hobart, Port Arthur on the cruise, those two ports and how it all happened. So I'll give you a bit of let you know it's a bit of a long story. So sit back, let's go and get your cup of tea, your coffee, your chai latte, your biscuits, bickies, and as well, enjoy the journey. So the journey to Tasmania and Port Arthur, what a really fun times I spent days on this beautiful cruise called the Crown Princess, which is actually an interesting story. So the family, mum and dad, and younger brother Daniel, will stay tuned because he could have a very special edition of his version of the show. So stay tuned for all of that. So we caught the 10:12 a.m. train and got into the 11 a.m. train in the city. Oh, well, yeah, we missed the train. So it was hilarious at the time. So we caught the wrong train called Port Deck to go to Abahara. It was the same train line, but different train line. So if you're from LA, you'll know the Seaford line will connect to the Flinders. So if you're living in LA, South Australia, you're non-LA, South Australian resident, well, there's that example of that. So then we got off at Woodfield and took the correct connecting train to Abahara. Talk about another extra 20 to 25 minutes. Overall, be a 35 minutes if we just took the wrong train. So I was a bit of a shock and didn't realise we took the wrong train, and we can look around and we caught the correct train. We can look at it back and laugh at ourselves right now. So the cruise to Tasmania, and it was to start away at roughly about 9:30, 10 o'clock on the Wednesday evening. And we took some, the Avengers to start and took some. You can overeat on a cruise ship. It's very common. And well, I've learned that because I've been on 5 cruise ships already. 2 are the same with Diamond Princess, and as well the Crown, the former P&O and the Princesses no longer exist under them, and as well the former some princess, which they don't exist anymore. So to end the day, on the day one, we went and had some yummy classic fish and chip. Was a traditional princess cruise meal with some veggie spring rolls after dinner. I didn't decide to have dessert because I had a lot of food before going into dinner, and then we go and saw a show called A Chinese Pole Red Band. So basically on that is he climbed on a 17-centimeter Chinese pole, first Chinese to climb a Chinese pole. So an interesting fact, bit of hilarious, bit conservative, very entertaining. Then the next day we start with some yummy breakfast, smoked salmon, a la salmon by the way, and some yummy scrambled eggs and the smorgasbord. Very quick and easy. Then we went and did first activity was The first day at sea was Zumba, followed by the dance class, which couldn't tell you which one, but I did 3 out of the 6 day well, wherever it was requested. And the fella who taught us some dance class, bit of cha-cha and all that, it was what it was. He was part of the Princess Cruise dance team, and he was part of the dance. So yeah. So and then we did some line dancing. We chilled it for a bit. Then it was the formal night. Had some, well, quite a bit to dinner. We had this devil egg pasta and this really yummy duck. Was absolute divine for. And then we finished with the show, was I think was actually one of the most in the best entertainment I've seen. The Mona being aged, followed by Mikey Font Olo. So he's a professional, well known for, if you search his name, Mikey, Mikey, and last name Votano. That's his name. And last name, if you're not sure, you can actually find him on Spotify, YouTube, anything. Just follow him. He's got some great music. It's one of the songs that he absolutely dominated in a lot of ways. So it was so yummy. So this show he's a saxophonist and he really played his heart out. I was really happy about this entertainment. So how much would you want to go on the cruise? There's so much included. So there's a fun day, and I really think and I'll say this several times, go and enjoy it. I know that you're going to have to save your money and all that. They're spending money on top of that, So you can use so when you go on, if you go and buy drinks and stuff, that's a fee. But if you get a drink package, it includes 15 drinks per day of alcohol. You get so much included, and then your soft drinks and sodas, that is all included, unlimited water. And then you got your finish classes 2 times. You got your premium desserts 2 times, value of $8 per slice. That's humongous. There's so much. I can just go on and on. You got one device. This is a $65. Now gone up to $79 Australian dollars. So it's amazing how much you get. But I did Zumba, and you do so much dance classes, and I think it's really worth it. So yeah, it was. Oh, I was so happy of how much I went to every entertainment. I was not going to miss. And it doesn't matter if just try out. If you don't like it, then you'll know. So we saw the 9 o'clock theatre because to do with having dinner. So on that night of this show, which I actually saw, was the entertainment of, before I share that entertainment, if I have told you that, I had a salmon dish, cheesecake. So it's a New York cheesecake. It's a traditional. We had this mushroom dish and salmon dish. So really, really, really yummy food. And you can have as many dishes you want. Absolutely, you can have many, you're paying for the service. So we come into day 4 of this holiday, and we wake up and have some smoked salmon, poached egg. I have 3 organised to have 2 poached eggs, but I had 2. They were very yummy. And as well having a yummy hot chocolate. So I basically had a lot of hot chocolates on this cruise, and it was so good. Then the fun day, we exit the ship by leaving 10 p.m. that night. So the day of being in Wellington was taking some great photos. Unfortunately, it was very foggy. And I think the view is fantastic. We took a last minute. We took a tour to go to Mount Wellington, and it's where we can do anything of extra on that. So we come down to Richmond having lunch. And if you've ever been to Hobart, generally in Tasmania, go and try a Scottish curry pie or curry Scottish pie. It is so delicious. I am so happy about that. So, and then we finish off with the markets, and we had a chai latte. So I think, and then did a load of washing as well. So I think all the activities, and then we saw an 8 p.m. show. And what it was the live dancing and what they called high band. And they were from Hobart. and Scottish pipe bands, and it was absolutely amazing. Then we went in and did DD and the Grooves from 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. at night, which was another big day at Port Arthur with so much history. I'm going to share my thoughts, and I'm going to share them right here on the radio show. So if you've never been to Port Arthur, it is a destination. It is a tourist destination. It is a manner like adventure park about history. You go to, to a water park, or not one, but you go to a gardens park. Well, it's something like that, but in their history of Port Arthur and Adventure Park, I'm going to call that. And the day, you can spend 2 days there. You can spend so much to learn and understand about Port Arthur. So, however, games, there's so much. And we went through these buildings of the former jail they had to build in the 1800s. Now, there's so much I can. Fortunately, I do apologize not putting photos on Facebook. I really would like to do that, but stay tuned, there will be. And hey, if you like so far of this holiday, give it a like. If you love cruising, comment down below what cruise you'll be on, what kind of cruise ship you be on, if it's princess, is it pen like carnival, is it so much on the line out there today, and only be on overall let's be on Princess Cruise. And and you like today's show as well, make sure you subscribe as well. I'd love to get that 1K subscribe so we can go live, so I can tell you how you're, and we can chat anything you want. We can talk about cruises. We can talk about sport. We can talk anything you wish as well. So going into talking about like Port Arthur, the photos really, like when I went to the actually main jail and the cells and the history about the person was there, it really felt like it was like a ghost town in my opinion. And it's so sad. It's the how they live. It's the way they live, the houses they live, and I really am so glad I went. I'm really really happy I went. But just to think about the history, if you've been there, you know all about it. If you've never been, it's absolutely recommended. If you love your history, that's your destination. So we finally made back on the ship, and we went and had some lunch in the buffet. And a very silly, I had a mocktail spilled on me. So before we went and have the adult area, there's a few areas of that. And right near the spa and the gym area, there's a pool area for adults only. And we went there and we chilled there on the spa, beautiful. And then the pool was cold, but absolute great day. Then I saw a bee in the pool. I was like, I'm getting out of the pool because you know what happens to bees? Sting you up. So in the water, it's not a good idea. So like I said, comments down below if you've been to Port Arthur. I'd love to hear from you as well. But really stayed some yummy breakfast and some fresh orange juice. That was part of the package if you used that, and our yummy hot chocolate. So I had a lot of hot chocolates during my time. So on staying on the day 4 when arriving in Hobart, we made it boat 2. We took, like I said, we took 15 minutes to Port Arthur, and what I can say, we talked about an hour and a half and taking lots of photos. Like I said, they will be on the Facebook page and my Instagram page. Please follow and like, much appreciated. The Instagram is the BJ Show _23. That's very much like the YouTube channel, but at the BJ Show 23. It's my YouTube channel, and the BJ Show is just 3 words in a row, and you'll see the logo and all that. Pretty obvious with the microphone in red and blue, as well as the bit of the colour, bit of the idea of that. So we chilled by the pool, had some yummy lunch, and as I mentioned, and then we went into the evening. We saw, well, it rocked the house down of what they called rock opera. And rock opera is like, the Great Showman and all those old history songs. Man, they brought it was so much energy. And then then the next day we're out to sea, and my God, it was a bit rocky towards Sydney. And as well, having breakfast, basically the same. And then did Zumba and dance class. That's so much fun. Then chilling with a 4-course meal, a lot of food. Wow. And then saw a very much starting with Catherine West, which she shared, and she's saying her heart out. Absolutely amazing. The Queen, the band Queen, and she rocked so many famous songs and storylines about Queen. So, and the lead singer, she's saying some of Freddie Mercury songs as well. So moving on, and then well, there's more to come. Oh my goodness, there's so much to come. So if you like this cruise story, because we're going to share the Sydney 2 days in Sydney and all that, so oh, absolutely amazing. Subscribe. My goal is to get to 2,500. I have been sponsoring some new equipment, so really much appreciated if you can help me get to that goal. We like to get to 1K, 1,000 subscribers. That will reach the house of making it a live stream show. So really want to get that underway. We had breakfast in the restaurant on the departing of the ship. So on not in Sydney, but on the actual ship for the final time. It was so yummy food. I had quite a bit to eat. It was a great holiday and a great time, and hopefully a cruise is for you. If it's Princess, is it Carnival? Is it, there's so much to love about going on a ship. There's, you can go on how much you can enjoy going on a water slide as well. So, no, but the holiday's not over. Now, I mentioned we stay in Sydney for 2 days. On the first day out of the tour, we checked in our hotel, the Grand Southern Hotel, which is in Chinatown on George Street in Sydney. And, well, we chilled for quite a bit. And in the evening time, we went out for dinner and then we came back we had the massage first. Then we went on and had the foot massage, and then we out for dinner. We had some Thai yummy food, salt and pepper squid, absolutely delicious. So later on, before we went out for dinner, I had a 10-minute foot massage, neck and shoulders, part of the tradition of Thai massage. The Thai massage is called Thai massage and spa. Absolutely perfect. Really helped the mindset. So yeah. So continue on. So we came into the next day of the Wednesday, the 5th of November. So you've been to the Seven Graded Hotel where they do breakfast. $18, one serve of hot food, and the complimentary is as much as you want. So other types of food was so yummy as well. So there were scrambled eggs, there's poached eggs, there is mushrooms, there is bacon and sausages to choose. So after we went to the Blue Mountains, took a 2-hour train, relaxed, found asleep, and then arriving to Blue Mountains, had some yummy lunch, and took a bus tour, hop bus. So we took the hop on and hop off bus. As I mentioned before, the value was $35. We had some nice lunch in a Asian place, had some pepper squid, so yummy, and then chill, not much to see, unfortunately, but we sang some great songs, as I mentioned before. Then we talk about a 2-hour train ride home, and then talk about 10 minutes from Central Station. Pretty decent walk, but not too far. Everything's pretty good. Then a bit later, we had pizza for dinner, just in time for that at the Grand Southern Hotel. Really well valued, in my opinion. And then later, Mum and I and Mum's friend had a same 90-minute massage at the Thai massage and spa place. Absolute amazing, great service, and it was so good. After went to sleep, next day, chilled for 4 to 5 hours before we head to the hotel. Had a lemon ice drink, and it was so refreshing. And then play a game of pool at a hotel while we had lunch. Had a chicken palmy, then walk for a bit. Then we grab our suitcase, 10-minute walk to Central Station. It's about 10-minute walk from the hotel. Then took the train on, and it's right there. And really, it was 5 to 10 minutes later. We got on the train and we were there at the airport. And we talk about a 5 to 10 minutes, roughly, to get into the airport. And checked in about 10 minutes later. And we chilled for about an hour, just an hour as well. So 45 minutes sleep, and we're home by 8:30 LA time, so 9 o'clock Sydney time. So there you have it. Hope you enjoy much as I enjoy sharing this with you. So I really did think if you have been, but it's your first time, would like to go on a cruise, I recommend it. It's up to you. You need to search what cruise line you can. I'm not a travel agent. I cannot give you advice, but I recommend it to go on. I think just it's a live opportunity to do that as well. So I've got a goal for sharing with you. I mentioned 1,000 subscribers. I would like to get that and above to go live to a Live show. I've done that on my 500 one. Go and check that out. as well going on to 2,500 goal, which is more equipment here on the BJ Show, and you'll support as much as I can. There's so much quizzes to come out, so stay tuned for all that. I've got a lot to go, and I'll get them out as soon as I can to do my best to share them with you as well, much as possible. There's other more content to come, as such as like the basketball, the soccer, the AFLW final series. They're all right around the corner. So stay tuned for all of that. So yeah, so we will. Thanks for listening, and yeah, see you all soon. Thanks for listening, and we're out. BJ Show is out. Bye for now.